Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Freddy Santiago, and if it's your first time tuning in here, allow me to give you my warm welcome. Today's video is another requested look, this time coming all the way from the Pearl of the Orient, the 7,107 islands of the Philippines. Charot. This video is actually requested by one of my dear friends from the Philippines who happened to be a brilliant teacher, and he coaches the campus newscasting as well as the journalism team, and he requested for a makeup that is appropriate for newscasting or for television. Now, admittedly, I haven't done makeup for a newscaster yet, but I've worked on TV productions as well as commercials and music videos and some short films, and I've also trained how to do makeup for HD cameras. So I am familiar how to do makeup for television, even though I haven't done makeup for newscaster yet. And today, I will be showing you how to create that camera-ready look. So if you want to know how, stick around and let's have some fun. I have gone ahead and started preparing my skin using the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Face Tonic, and then I followed that up with a duo of the Vitamin Enriched Eye Base and then the Vitamin Enriched Face Base. And now I am just going to powder the very center of my face. And there's a reason for that. I'm not going mad. And then next to that, I will be using this primer from Surratt. Just going to apply that in certain areas. And the reason I powdered is because I want to create that degree of separation between the two products, the this primer and the Vitamin Enriched Face Base, because they're on the opposing side of texture. One is creamy and this one is, well, it's not mattifying, but it's certainly not a cream. So it feels like it has, you know, that silicone-ish texture. And skin prep is very crucial, especially for makeup that is going to go under extreme lighting. Skin prep would really determine the longevity of your makeup, how well it's going to hold, and how much touching up you would be needing throughout. I mean, skin prep in general is very, very important for the makeup to last, but more so if it's going under the glare of extreme lighting, and if you don't want to keep touching up, have to prep really well. And then some lip balm, very important as well. Now, I just want to address very, very quickly that I do understand that a lot of products that I use are not easily accessible sometimes, particularly this one, because I don't believe Surratt is available in the Philippines. But a very good alternative to this would be the Baby Skin from Maybelline. I've used that one and it's really good as well. I've used it on photo shoots. It holds the makeup beautifully, and I just want you to know that I am not using products to get you to buy it. I am not trying to be an influencer. What I'm really trying to do is to show you how to create looks. So it doesn't matter what products are you using, as long as you'll be able to create a look or create an idea how to do the look. So that's something that I've always been clear about when I started doing YouTube video. Now, I've gone ahead and applied a tiny bit of foundation. I used this one from Tom Ford. This is the Traceless Soft Matte Foundation. It's medium to full coverage foundation. I would still be coming back to it, but I just really want to even out my skin first, just so I would know how much color correcting and concealing I would need to do. It's very important to note as well that when you choose a foundation for a camera, see to it that it doesn't have SPF, or at least a very low SPF, because SPF would always offer flashback and would offer glare underneath extreme lighting, underneath flash and HD camera. So just see to it that you try to avoid something that has got SPF. And now I will be continuing with the eyes, and I will be working mainly with this palette here from Bobbi Brown, which is from the last Christmas collection. Now, before you have a go at me for always using limited edition palettes, maybe I have an extra one to give. So stick around, you might win yourself one. I will be working mainly with these neutral colors, maybe some of these champagne for highlights, but I will be creating more of a sculpted and defined look. I'm not trying to create that very fancy eye makeup. So I'll be working with these colors here. But before that, I'm going to prime my lid with this cream shadow stick from Bobbi Brown as well. This one is taupe. Now, if you can't get this one, a very good alternative would be Strokes Truffle Dazzle. I believe that's the color, the liquid eyeshadow. That's a very good alternative to this. So that would just create a very nice base for the eyeshadow that I will be using in a while. Right, moving along, I will be using this color first, and that will just go on my brow bone. And then using this taupey matte eyeshadow, I'm just going to press that all over that cream shadow. So I'm just really packing it on top of that cream shadow stick. And then using a dark brown waterproof eyeliner, I'm just going to softly smudge that on my lash line. And then smudge it with a pencil brush. So just keep smudging it until that eyeliner is all smoked up and you can no longer see a harsh line. Using the same pencil brush still, I'm now going in with this dark brown color and I'm just going over on top of that eyeliner. And then using the brush that I used earlier, I'm just going to smoke that. And then using a mixture of this taupe and this reddish brown eyeshadow, using the same brush still, just going to blend that over. So just to tie the look all together. And by the way, if you ever win this palette, just so you know that this actually comes out. It's actually a very good mirror. So you sort of create that monochromatic brown effect a la Regine Velasquez, although I don't think anyone could do Regine Velasquez's eyes the way she does it. She's so good. Siya lang talaga yung nakakagawa ng putok na smoky eyes, pero gradiated siya. And then I'm just going back in with this color, the dark brown. And I'm just going to do a bit more here. And this is really good to do if you've got a hooded eye like me, because that would just really show a bit more of that eyeshadow work that you did. So just really look straight and trace that socket. Right, so the eyeshadow is pretty much done and It's actually really done now. I'm just going to do mascara later and then the lower lash line. I just cleaned out the fallouts and then I will be continuing with the skin now. For corrector, I will be using this new formulation from Bobbi Brown. This is the Skin Corrector Stick. I'm just applying that on my dark circles. So I'm just really taking my time color correcting pigmentations around my face, and this is one very important aspect of HD makeup or doing makeup for television. You just really have to take your time with this. It's not something you could do in a slapdash motion. Especially HD camera, they're very unforgiving. And I'm using peach because obviously I'm Southeast Asian, so I tend to have more of a brownish and greenish pigmentation, and the peach counteracts that, whereas if you're more on the fair side and you have more of a cooler undertone, you tend to have purplish and bluish discoloration around your face, so you will be using more of a bisque corrector, which is kind of pink shade, and that just counteracts blue and purple. There was once a time when I was studying makeup here in London. There was once a time wherein airbrush were all the rage and everyone was being airbrushed on television, and it has gotten to a point where everyone looks so fake. I mean, it's beautiful, but it just doesn't look natural. And so they reverted back to doing HD makeup again, corrective makeup, and I mean, some people still want to look airbrushed, some people still want to be airbrushed, demands to be airbrushed, but I think there has really been a movement now towards looking natural on television again. Well, I say natural. We don't really know how much of them are natural, to be honest. Right, so that's the darkness and the pigmentation taken care of. So I'm just going back in again with the foundation, and I'm doing a stippling motion. And again, it's very crucial how you apply your foundation and how you blend it, especially for HD camera, because HD lenses picks up lines. So when you do your foundation in a stroke motion, the camera tends to pick that up. But if you do it on a stippling motion like this, it sort of tricks the camera and it doesn't pick up the pigment, sorry, not the pigment, the strokes quite easily. And to create highlight effect, I will be using a light concealer. Again, HD camera, you try to avoid anything that has got shimmer. So I'm using a concealer instead of an actual highlighter, because trust me, if you use something that has got shimmer on your face and it's put on HD camera under extreme lighting, it would look like you're trying to send signal to the outer space. So it's just strategically placing light on your face. For blush, I will be using this one from Bobbi Brown. This is just gonna pat that over on the very apples. Right, so that's the blush done, and as you can see, it creates a cohesive look in terms of color between the eyes and the cheeks. And sometimes it's very important that, especially if it's for television, that you try to create a natural, you know, a look that uses a lot of natural color, especially if it's for documentary or, you know, newscasting, and sometimes even in short films. I mean, it's okay to look trendy, I suppose, if it's a variety show or, you know, a live TV show, but if it's something, say, for newscasting or documentary, kailangan medyo may dignidad yung dating mo. Shit, dignidad. But yeah, it's just important to use colors that won't distract the viewers from what you're trying to deliver in terms of news. I mean, obviously, you could use red lips if you want to. I might actually use a red lip for this look. But yeah, earth tone creates that feel of natural. I think that's what I'm trying to get across. I'm just going to use this concealer, another new formulation from Bobbi Brown, very, very lightly. And then for structuring the face, I will be using this stick foundation from Bobbi Brown as well. So this is the Cool Almond. Very important that when you try to do contouring or shading, you use something that has got more of a cool undertone. Because what you're trying to create is the illusion of shadow. Now, there's really no exact way on how to contour face because all our faces are different, so we are structured in very different ways. So it's very important to know that when you try to do contouring, you look straight into the mirror in front of a good lighting, and then you try to see where the shadow falls on your face, and you apply the contour on those areas, like here, then obviously here, and then here. So what I do is, from this bone here, that's where the contour goes, ending where your eyebrows end, and then you lift that. That's how I do contouring for myself, because that's how the shadow falls on my face. You can't just apply makeup and expect to look like Bea Alonso, because that's not gonna happen. But you could do so much in enhancing your natural beauty. Right, so I'm just really going to allow it to settle onto my skin before I set it with powder. Now, going back in again with this taupe eyeshadow, I'm just going to use it on my lower lash line. And then using the pencil brush still and taking off as much as you can. of that dark brown eyeshadow. Just going to line that on my lower lash line. So you just want to create a shadow of definition there, but nothing too hard. Right, to set that contour, I will be using this bronzer. So this is a matte bronzer. And for powder, I will be using this one from Charlotte Tilbury. As you can see, one of my trusted powders for HD camera. It's just gonna go on my T-zone. And then this one is totally optional depending how blessed you are on Jane's department. But I will be using this contour powder for nose contouring. And again, just to get that definition, because sometimes extreme lighting tends to wash you out as well, so you don't look flat. Sana dumating yung araw na payagan ako ng jowa ko magpainom. Charot. Okay, medyo na-carried away ako sa nose line, so bawasan ko lang siya ng konti. Nakakapusa. Moving on to eyelash curler. And then mascara. Now, I'm not a big mascara wearer, but if I were to swear on mascara that could really stand the heat of an extreme lighting, that would be this one from DHC. This one never failed me. And the lashes, another optional thing, pero confirm na nakakadyosa. Basta wala lang chismis. Right, so that's the lashes done, and now moving on to the eyebrows. Again, I want something defined, pero hindi dragon. So I will be using this brow sculptor first to create density. So I'm just really following the shape of my eyebrows and just really filling in the gaps and the sparse area, but very gently. Right, that's good. And then I'm going to refine that with this brow painter. And then I'm going to set that with this brow fixer. And for lips, I will be using this Luxe Defining Lips from Bobbi Brown as well in color Terracotta. This is a soft matte finish, but I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit of lip balm because I don't want it matte. I still want to have that sheen. And the beauty of this lipstick is it's actually in pencil form, so you don't have to use a lip liner if you don't want to, and you could also sharpen it when it has gone blunt. So Gonna use it. I'm just blotting it with tissue. Then going back in with the lip balm. There you go, so it has more of that stained look. And to keep everything in place, I'm just going to set it with this airbrush setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury. Shoot, I'm spraying it. And there you have it, a makeup look that is not only going to have your camera ready, but something that you could wear on your business meetings or job interviews or whatever occasion you may be having that you want to look naturally enhanced and naturally defined. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I love doing it. And as always, if there's a look that you want me to create for you, just put it down in the comment section and I will try my very best. Now for the fun part. This brand new eyeshadow palette could be yours. I won it from an online artistry competition from Bobbi Brown last Christmas season, and I think that it's only fair that I share it to someone who deserves it as well. Now to win this, all you have to do is subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on my Instagram page or on my Facebook page, and put down on the comment section why you think you deserve to win this palette. Also share this video on your Facebook page so we could spread the good news. And I will announce the winner sometime in 2 weeks' time on my Facebook page as well as on my Instagram story. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you on my next video. But until then, always remember, be kind to yourselves. Bye!